Sundance sand as well?
Yes, I think that's a future possibility.
As of today, you're only planning to dispose of water on the Sundance, the spearfish sand.
That's correct.
What might change your mind if you know?
If over a period of time, if the pressure that it takes to inject the water into the sand starts going a little bit higher, then we may want to plug that off and start putting it into the Sundance, just to make sure we stay low enough pressure where we don't endanger any of the other rocks.
And when you're talking about pressure, are you talking about the maximum proposed injection pressure, which I'm reading in your application of 0.7 pounds per square inch? Is that the pressure you're talking about?
Well, I'm going to let Andy, he's our technical engineer, answer that, if that's okay. But
what pressure are you talking about?
The Oil and Gas Commission will tell us what injection pressure they want us to adhere to.
Well, if I understood your testimony correctly, you said you might switch from the spearfish sand to the Sundance sand if there was an increase in pressure. And I'm just asking, what pressure are you talking about?
Probably the pressure, whatever the Oil and Gas Commission limits us to. And you asked me about that sand. I'd say sometime in the future, I was envisioning maybe in 10 years or whatever it is, whatever the time period is, I don't know what that time period would be. But if the pressure goes up and starts encroaching upon a limit that the Oil and Gas Commission limits us to, then we don't want to exceed that. Well, so what we would do, and my technical guys can confirm this or not, we'd set a bridge plug there, and then we'd go and perforate and inject into the Sundance sand. After application, of course.
I'd like to go back to Exhibit 3 with you a little bit, which is this.
Okay.
And you've identified a number of wells. Some of them are producers and some of them have not been producers. Is that correct?
Yes, there's been 2 producers.
And which ones are the 2 producers?
The Lockmer 13-1 that we're talking about in the northeast northwest of 13, and then the Bird Corman 1116-2X in the southeast of section 11.
And I believe your testimony was that the Bird Corman 11-16-2X has produced about 9,000 barrels of water.
Correct.
And how much has the Lockmer produced?
The Lockmer has produced 5,913 according to the oil and gas records.
I believe you mentioned that the Bird Corman, maybe I misunderstood you, but I thought I heard you say that the Bird Corman 1116X, which is in section 2, had also produced some oil and water.
Section 2. There's not a well in section 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. You just got your writing up there.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. It points to a well that's
no, that was plugged and abandoned. That didn't produce any oil or water.
No oil.
No oil.
Have any of the other wells in I guess Exhibit 3 produced water?
Yeah, the Bird Corman 11-16, which is the one that's hard to distinguish, is the northeast of the 2 twins. The northeast one there is the Bird Corman 11-16. That has produced 38,659 barrels of oil, 15,069 barrels of water.
15,069?
15,069.
Barrels of water.
Right.
And now you're talking about throughout the history of production, correct?
Right.
Any other wells in this Exhibit 3 that have produced water?
Well, those were the only 3 producers. I think I misspoke earlier. I said 2 producers, 3. Those 3. The Fidelity well in section 11 produced some water on FRACK. They had FRACK flowback water that had to be disposed of.
About how much, if you know?
I believe the rest of them on this map were all plugged and abandoned, but not producing oil or water.
Do you have any knowledge as to how much water that Fidelity well produced?
You know, I do not know.
Are all of these wells that you've identified as having produced water, were they all located in the Spotted Tail Creek field in Sioux County, Nebraska?
I think that the two in the southeast of 11 are also included in the Spotted Tail field, so I guess the answer to that's yes.
Do you know of any other wells that were producing water that were located in the Spotted Tail Creek field in Sioux County, Nebraska that might not be included on exhibit?
No, not offhand.
Now I'm reading your application, and your application in paragraph 5B requests that this commission approve your application that says the projected maximum initial rate of injection will be 10,000 barrels per day.
Yeah, that was a unfortunate wording.
Well, that water is not going to come from the Spotted Tail Creek.
Oh, that's correct. That's right.
Field in Sioux County, is it?
No, it's not. It's not all coming from there. No.
Are you the person that we asked about where that water is going to come from, or is one of your colleagues going to testify?
It might be more appropriate that Alan answer that because he's.
I don't want to put you on the spot. I just want to know where the water's coming from. If you're not the person, we'll take that up with somebody.
Yeah, ask Alan. Alan knows.
Are you the person that we talked to as to how the water is going to get from wherever it comes from to the proposed site of injection?
Well, I'll answer that by saying we don't own any trucks, and
Appreciate that.
yeah, so we're not a trucking company. We don't have any contracts or agreements with anybody. We don't have one truckload ready to come. We're hoping to build it and they will come. This is a very good reservoir for safely, environmentally sound way to dispose of water, and I think when it's operational, people will decide. It won't be up to us. People decide if it makes sense for them to bring their water to us.
And I appreciate that. I'm not arguing with you about the suitability of this site for water disposal. I'm just curious as to how the water's going to get there. You say your company doesn't have trucks, but you're going to arrange or somehow make arrangements for the water to be disposed of. Isn't that part of your plan?
Yes.
Doesn't that mean you're going to have to contract with somebody?
Not necessarily. Not all. There probably will be some contracts, but we'll take like a walk-up basis too. We don't. Everything will not be contracted. There, right now things are slow, but a year ago, for example, there were waiting lines in other states up to 8 hours to dispose of water. So if you imagine a trucker going in to drop off his water for disposal, and he sits there for 8 hours, all the costs, and they have to drive 100 miles to do that, all the costs associated with that. Well, if ours is not busy, they can call up and say, how long will it take us? You can drive right in. So it would make sense for them to drive 100 miles in 2 or 3 hours rather than waiting 8 hours in a local facility.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I understand your answer correctly, what you're telling me is that you don't know who's going to truck the water in.
That's right.
You don't know how financially responsible they are. They might be.
And we've had some preliminary inquiries from Kaiser Francis, for example. They're a very big oil company that operates in Stylo Field, not too far away, 100 miles in Wyoming, for example.
And you tell me you didn't know who's going to truck the water in there?
Excuse me?
Didn't you just tell me that you didn't know for sure who would be trucking the water in there?
Well, that's what I said.
And so you don't know how responsible those people might be financially if you don't even know who they are.
I guess that's true.
You don't know who would be licensing them either, do you?
Who would be licensing the trucks? So I guess since I don't know who the companies are, I wouldn't know who's licensing them.
some of this. There's been some concern expressed, I should ask it this way. Were you present this morning when sort of...
Mr. Sondang, I have requested we not refer to this morning's proceedings. That's not going to be part of the record.
That isn't part of the record.
Are you aware then, whether you were there this morning or not, that there's some concern that some of this water is going to be coming from Colorado?
Same objection to referring to those proceedings.
I think we have to grant that objection.
How is some of the water planned to be coming from Colorado? Possible.
I think it's very likely.
Do you have any idea what the route of travel might be if it's coming to Sioux County, Nebraska from somewhere in Colorado?
I don't, I haven't studied that.
So you don't know whether it would be going through the villages of Mitchell or Harrison or any of those places?
I have heard people testify that that's what they anticipate, but I haven't studied it myself.
Are you planning to use this well strictly as a water disposal well?
I believe so.
Is there any possibility that that might change in the future?
I can't think, right now, I can't think of any other use unless we had a discovery nearby and we wanted to make it a injection support well.